PDubs Arcade Loft is a channel made by adults for adults. If you're under the age of 14, you are not allowed to watch this video.
Wise man say, forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Never overpay for late pizza, guys, and also don't break your wallets or crack open those piggy banks looking for a light-up marquee for your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cabinet. Happy holidays, everybody. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and support the channel. We'd greatly appreciate it, and we appreciate you hanging out upstairs in the loft with us. Today we're going to be installing a custom Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles light-up marquee into our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade1Up cabinet. And the reason why, once again, I'm going back to my boy Angel Otero to get my custom marquees is look at the quality of the artwork. Between himself and Mizta, they have put together a sensational package. Don't be afraid to change out your marquees. All you need is a Phillips head screwdriver. Now, of course, we've got a L-shaped bracket with our LED strip that comes with the marquee, sticky tape on the end, as well as our connecting wire into our power source. And we get a little bag of goodies, a little bag of hardware that includes the two smaller screws that we're going to use to install this into the cabinet, because the default screws that come with your Arcade1Up are too big for the marquee. We're going to have a new L-shaped bracket because the Generation 3 Ninja Turtles cabinet has a different design than your Generation 1, as well as we get a fantastic easy-going Y-splitter. That way we can connect the marquee to a remote control. The reason why I do remote controls with my marquees will be highlighted later in this video for you. The Generation 3 Ninja Turtles cabinet does include an additional marquee power supply port on the PCB board built in. However, I wanted to go this route. Angel asked me how I wanted the marquee install to go. I told him I wanted to go the traditional remote control route. You'll see that towards the end of the video as to why we're going that way. Alright guys, step one, we're going to take the screws off the back panel. Once you get all three screws off the back panel, we're going to remove the top screws that connect the side panels into the marquee. Once you get both of those screws removed, you're going to want to loosen these screws right here. That way you have the ability to spread the panels on your cabinet without completely taking your cabinet apart. Once you loosen both side panels, you'll be able to now spread the side panels a bit to get this backboard off without completely disassembling your cabinet. Should pop off pretty quickly. And then, of course, after that, you wanted to unhook all the power wires and everything. Now, the cabinet was still a bit too tight, and I didn't want to have to disassemble everything. I was still having a hard time getting that H panel to pop out easily, so I decided to remove the control deck, because the control deck is a very tight fit on the Generation 3 cabinet, and definitely wanted to be able to make sure nothing was holding the panels too tightly together. With the control deck taken off, I was able to then easily get the H panel popped out. I was able to get everything spread nice and evenly. Alright, now from here you're able to remove those two screws on the white bracket. And once you get those screws removed, you should be able to detach your marquee from the cabinet. Should be able to come right out. The artwork quality on the Generation 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles marquee from Arcade1Up is pretty nice. I would install a picture hanging hook right here. That way we could use this as wall decor in your arcade room. Okay, and now the next step is to remove the stock Arcade1Up white bracket from the speaker board. So we're just going to unscrew those two screws. Should pop out for you pretty quickly. And what we're going to end up using now is the bracket provided by Angel. He's got double-sided tape, which will stick to the marquee. And then once you stick it to the marquee in this particular shape, you're able then to line it up with the exact same pre-drilled holes for the stock bracket. And from here, once you get it centered the way you want it, go ahead and get both of those screws screwed in. Once the screws are in, the marquee should hold in place while we finish doing the rest of the assembly. So I just posted a video the other day showing you how you mount the light bracket onto a Generation 1 marquee. Now with this light bracket, you got to be careful about placement. If you put it there or put it there, it's not going to fully light the marquee. So you definitely want to have it kind of towards the middle. So the best way to go is just stick it right on top of the speakers, since I have no intention on modding these speakers or changing them out. If we mount it right there with the double-sided tape on top of the speakers, once you get it lined up right, like so, it should eliminate all the shadows, and that way the marquee will be evenly lit once we get it plugged in. So that's the way we're going to do it. And as you can see, once we have that properly mounted, it's now illuminating the full back of the marquee. We shouldn't have any dark spots, any shadows. Yep, everything is nice and well lit. And at this point, you could go ahead and, once again, you're pretty much almost done. You can go ahead and give yourself a gratuitous thumbs up and move on to the final steps. Now, for getting all the power put in, first thing you do is you plug in your Y splitter into your PCB board, then connect that into the red and black cable for your remote control, if you want to go the remote control route like I did. And then from there you plug it into the wire that leads up into your LED strip, and that should get you all powered up. Angel does include an extra wire hanging bracket, which you can use to keep your install nice and clean if you want to go that route. Alright, time for some reassembly. First we're going to do is we're going to screw in our backboard. That way we don't have a difficult time trying to get it in there once we get all the side panels tightened up. And then, of course, folks, at this point we're going to pop in our H panel, make sure that we have it in both the recessed slots on the side panels, as well as slid up into the slot that Angel has crafted into the marquee. Should get everything a nice fit, should avoid any kind of light bleed. And from here, of course, I will put back on my control deck. I noticed with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cabinet, it's a good thing to get your control deck in there, as well as put the screws in the holes. You don't have to tighten them yet before you start screwing in the side panels. That way you can get everything fit together nice and neatly. Okay, now that we have everything fitted together the way we want to take the two screws that Angel provided us with our purchase. That way we're going to use these to screw the side panels into the very top two holes to connect the side panels to the marquee. And from here, guys, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is finish tightening, adding these screws, as well as tightening up all the other screws around the rest of the cabinet. Anything you may have loosened, to avoid having to tear your cabinet all the way apart. Once you get everything tightened up around all sides, we're ready to put this thing back on its riser and fire it up. To avoid a copyright claim, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Angel's got a kick-ass marquee, turtle power. Now the cheap cameras I use, because I definitely got to upgrade my cameras, might show some flickering or anything like that. That's definitely not the case. As you can see, when you kind of get in close so you can see the marquee, this is what it looks like in person. The artwork's fantastic. Nothing looks smudged. Nothing looks blurry. I've seen some other Ninja Turtle marquees out there in the marketplace, and April looks orange. Michelangelo does not look the traditional yellow of the original arcade. Shredder looks terrible in those versions. But when you take a look at this particular piece of artwork, Mizta Profit and Angel have put together a fantastic, gorgeous marquee. No light bleed. It is sexy. Love it. Great job, fellas. Great job. Now, you might say, well, PDubs, why'd you get a remote control? Why didn't you plug it into the adapter? Well, the reason why is, I mean, it's to each his own. It's your own preference. With the remote control, because they're all using the same RF adapter, I'm able to fire up all my marquees. Now keep in mind, I don't have anything else turned on, none of the other machines that have marquees that are included with them. But now at the push of a button, I can turn on all of my marquees in one shot and then turn them off. It's just a personal preference of my own. So final thought, once again, Angel and Mizta have hit a home run. Really appreciate the quality of work, the quality of the prints, and the ease of installation for the marquees that these gentlemen have come up with. Highly recommend you order from Angel. He doesn't have a website yet. In the video description below, I will leave a link to his Facebook. All you have to do is private message him on Facebook, tell him what you want. The dude can literally make anything your heart desires, and he can place the order with you via PayPal and get your order out there. As always, I thank you for tuning in and to PDubs Arcade Loft and hanging out upstairs with us. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss the awesome stuff we're going to have launching in 2020. And I hope you guys have a great day.
Ninja pizza!
Ninja pizza?
Pizza that vanished quickly without trace.
Ah.